Donc, en français, pour vous. Dans le discours avant et maintenant aussi, on a parlé beaucoup des problèmes sociaux. Et j'aimerais bien savoir, vous avez parlé beaucoup sur la sensibilité religieuse qui vous unit à la nature. Vous avez dit souvent que c'est une seule chose, il n'y a pas de divorce, il n'y a pas de... mais qu'est-ce que vous dites de cet impact social, sur la justice sociale qui existe dans la société, en Inde, partout dans le monde? Quelle est l'importance de résoudre ces problèmes sociaux pour cette unité qu'on peut vivre avec la nature? C'est ça.
Thank you so much. Great question, and I'm going to, I will reformulate the question just to make sure that I understood. Right? What is, you asked about the, how do these religious values tie into the social problems that we are currently facing in India, and how does that inform ecological ecological benefits, or how does that,
Yes.
right? That's
Yes.
what you asked. Yes, so this is something that I have personally been struggling with. Hinduism is essentially a set of principles and ideologies and philosophies that should inform our daily lives. That's how the religion started. But like you said, it becomes a cult. A cult then becomes a religion. And what I feel is sometimes a religion, there is a possibility that a religion can go back, regress into a cult. And that, I feel, is the case with Hinduism as it is practiced today. And that is where the social problems come from. There was Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, which was the basis where Hinduism came from, is just dharma, and dharma is duty. And that duty is defined in terms of our interactions with humans, our interactions with the environment around us. And that's what it was. And we found different ways of pushing people to do their duty, like connecting gods and goddesses with the environment around us, or saying that, or believing that, God or divinity resides in each and every one of us. So there were these tiny little candies thrown out to help people fulfill these duties. Somewhere along the way, because Hinduism is, 5,000 years old? Somewhere along that way, we forgot that this was just a set of ideas. It wasn't about building a temple in this particular region because that is the birthplace of one of our gods. That was not the idea. But in these 5,000 years, something happened. The social structure broke down, and man, in his infinite greed, reformulated these rules and made it more ethnocentric. Hinduism in its original form was never ethnocentric because it wasn't a religion. Now it is. And now it is all about us versus them. So the social problems stem from that. And my struggle is I cannot continue to practice the religion as it stands today. So I'm not a practicing Hindu. I love reading about it, which is how I know I've interacted with other communities, which is how I know what the essential principle was. But do I go to those temples? I don't. To address those social issues that are currently going on in India, and the government, happens at multiple levels. The government is a very fundamentalist, right-wing, religion-based government, which you see in a lot of countries around the world. Sometimes it's based in Hinduism, sometimes it's based in Islam, but when the focus moves away from social good and goes towards accumulation of power, that is the transition that we should aim to break. It is not possible to do it in 2 years or 5 years or in the next 10 years, which is the time frame for climate emergency. But it is doable. It took 5,000 years for us to come to this stage. It's not going to happen in 10 years. But there is awareness. Right now, awareness is at the level of small communities and small groups and small societies that believe that religion should inform more than accumulation of power. So our hope is that these groups find a voice and are able to find platforms where they can recruit more people into their beliefs and be more open and kind to one another and be able to go back to the essential idea of Hinduism, which is duty towards others, and that other may be another human being. It could be an animal, a plant, a bird, a river, a lake, anything that helps them lead a successful, grateful life.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very